Alright guys, what's up? We are back finally. Today we're going to do the lift. We've been waiting on getting everything powder coated, doing all that. We're using the wildfire lift. We've already got it set up. Front end picked up. We're not going to get real detailed in this video. You can go to Rough Country's YouTube and they got some pretty good detailed videos showing you exactly what to do. Like they call out every bolt size and everything. So, but we're going to show you a little bit about what we're going to do. This is a 6-inch lift on an 03 Tahoe. So let's get going. Alright guys, update. Like I said, we weren't going to film the whole entire process, but I'm going to give y'all updates. We are down this far. We've got torsion bars loose. We have pulled the knuckles off, wheel bearings. We just swapped these out, putting brand new upper control on the ball joint. We're going to do the same thing with the lowers. He's got new axles, so we're basically going to do all this stuff while we're doing it. New wheel bearings. So hopefully it's good to go. We don't have to touch anything. Any of y'all guys doing this, be careful with the torsion bars, guys. They got a lot of pressure on them.
Very, very dangerous.
Very dangerous to mess with. I got a tool laying around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is the tool I used. Pretty sure I ordered that off of just Amazon, but put that on there, it releases the tension so you can take the bolt and stuff out, and then you just back it off. But just be careful with them, man. They'll hurt you. There's all the hardware, shocks for the lift. We've all laid it out here. This is some powder coated pieces, some brackets and stuff that he powder coated, and so that's where we're at. We've been doing both sides at the same time. Probably getting ready to start dropping cross members and stuff like that. Tie rod ends on this are actually really good, so we're just going to leave them alone. And that's a simple replace. But all right guys, that's a little update what we got going on right now. We'll be back when we get a little more done. All right, next update.
Y'all, oh my goodness.
As you can see, we got all kinds of stuff out. Basically, the whole front suspension's out. Differential's laying over here on the floor.
You have to do some modifications to that, which is...
We did have to cut right there where he's at.
Yeah.
Show him that piece. Where's the piece that fell off?
Oh, right here. You have to cut this off, because if not, it's going to be hard to get the diff out.
Yeah, that right there in the construction, you got to cut that off.
And it goes yeet.
And actually, there's a little bit more on the differential that we have to cut off. Maybe we'll show you all that here in a few minutes when we get to that part.
But I think they make it like this so when you put the new cross member on, it don't hit the differential. I think that's why. I can't remember.
Instructions have been pretty good so far. There was one little discrepancy in the way they wanted you to cut that. But when we pulled up the video online, it showed just cutting it that direction. So we got that straightened out. And remember, on these torsion bars, when you put these back in, they got to be clocked the same way that they came out. And we marked them, and hopefully we'll get them back in the right spot. But yeah, I'll give you a side shot here. Yeah. You pretty much got to take everything out of this stuff.
But most people replace all this stuff anyway, and the kit comes with half of that stuff.
Yeah, I've done lift kits before, but I've done them on older, like leaf spring stuff, coil spring front end. This is the first independent front end that I've done. It's a little more involved for sure. But we'll give you all some more updates here shortly. Okay, this is the bracket you got to cut off on the differential. I'm not really wanting to do this, but
I'm not doing it.
We don't have no choice. probably have to come back maybe with a grinder or something and smooth it up. I'm gonna try to get it as close as I can, because it looks like they're doing it pretty close. This ain't gonna be easy.
moments later.
10 years later.
Okay, my cutting's not the greatest. It sucks, actually. So we're gonna have to hit that with the grinder, see how high that side is. That's pretty rough. Had to eat the crap out of that sawzall blade, but I was getting ready to hit with the grinder a little bit, clean it up, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, here we go. We got this cut off, ground down good. This bracket goes on basically to kind of replace that one. You just use the 3 bolts on the transfer case, pull them out, bolt it up. Got to ground these fins down right here, keep them from hitting the frame. But it doesn't really say how much to ground them down. It says to do a trial and error, so we're going to put it up in there and just see if it fits, I guess. Go over here and show you what we're doing over here. We got the new knuckles. That's powder coated. New wheel bearings bolted in, ready to go. All right, the new control arms. He bought new ones with new ball joints and everything in them. This bracket here, this is where your torsion bar goes. I'll get it out in a minute. On the factory, there's a sleeve right here that goes through this along with this big bolt and bolts through there, and then you have to drill a hole in this control arm and put this bolt right here through, and that bolts this up, and your torsion key is going to go in here. I mean, your torsion bar is going to go in here when you put it back together instead of down here where it was. Tata had to run to the parts store because we had kind of forgot that he only had found one of these and one new axle. So he went to the parts store to pick up those pieces. So I'm just kind of doing some of this little stuff that I can do. All right, guys. When it comes to cutting these fins off and grinding on this differential, you got to cut quite a bit out of this sucker. We thought he had it good, and then it actually was hitting right in here when we got it up in there. So we had to pull it back down and grind right in this area. So you may have to put it up in there a couple times to, but these fins are really deep. I mean, we cut a bunch off and it still goes up in there pretty good ways. So you're not really gonna hurt it that much by cutting these fins off, but it hits on this brace right here is where it's bumping into it. So we had to cut some more off. We're gonna try to put it back in there and see what happens. All right, guys, another update. We got cross member in for both cross members. Skid plates on. I don't know if I'm getting a good shot of that or not. Differential's back up in there. We ended up having to grind more off of that thing, y'all. If you end up doing it, like, see right up in there where it hits that bracket, like, we had to grind quite a bit to get that back up in there. And right now, we're fixing to put the lower control arms back on. We're having a little bit of a hiccup here because we marked the torsion bars, but we put new control arms and stuff on, so we're having a little trouble getting them clocked right. So that's what we're working on right now. This ain't the fastest process, guys. We've been down here we're probably pushing 6-7 hours now, which we're not running around killing ourselves either. So, but as soon as we get these torsion bars clocked back the way they should be, we're getting pretty close to getting it back together. So we'll show y'all here in a little bit. All right, guys, got the lower control arms back in, got the torsion bars keyed right, or clocked right. I'm sorry. Everything's tight. I mean, we're putting all new stuff. New upper lower control arms, ball joints, new axles. About the only thing we're not replacing is tie rod ends, but they were good and tight. We're gonna put new pads on, brake pads on. We're getting in the home stretch here. We have got to put the dust cover on here. We've got to put the dust cover. So we got to take these 3 bolts back out, put those, we painted those up. We're trying to paint stuff up a little bit. He's going to come back, pressure wash this and clean it up under here and paint stuff up. And it looks like we might need a new inner fender over here.
Yeah, I told you that one
got a little chewed up. Somebody's been trying to run big old tires with no lift.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I will say though, he's crammed 35s on this thing, and they really weren't rubbing. No. Just a little bit back there in the back. But that's where we're at right now, and we'll be back with another update shortly. We're back. We're the slowest mechanics on the planet.
Dude, you have no clue.
Guys, it's about midnight.
Yeah.
We've been out here since about 1 o'clock. We stopped a couple times, but yeah. Been out here all day. Tata's got a wrench stuck.
It sure
See
did.
that stuck right there.
Lord.
But
but come on.
This side, we have got it all together.
You can't tell me that doesn't look good, man.
Powder coated knuckles, torsion bar brackets, both the cross members, the skid plate. Like I said, new wheel bearings, front cross member. Got this side all together. Tightening up the sway bar links now. As you can see, we got every tool in the shop out here. We're about ready to maybe front the front tires on this thing and see what it's going to set like. At least front, anyway. So we'll be back in a little bit. We're not going inside until the front is done. That was what we decided. So we'll be back. Alright guys, oh my goodness. We are officially done with this front end. We are fixing to put the tires on. Oh, I got the torsion bars back in, torsion keys back where they're supposed to be. New parts everywhere. Like I said, we didn't change, put new brake pads on, didn't change the brake calipers or the rotors, which they were good. Now we're going to be the question of, is the lift going to go high enough for us to get the tires on? And I'm starting to question it already. So we'll find out here in a minute. Alright guys, there it is. The front is done. I think we'll just leave it like this. Carolina car. Oh, it has been a day. I mean, it has been a day. We've not moved it, so it'll probably settle down a little bit more when he backs it out. But we're going in the house to get some sleep, and we will be back tomorrow to do the back. We got to do a little studying tonight because for some reason the kit they sent us, the directions or for a truck. So we gotta do a little investigating. But yeah, like I said, when he backs out, it'll set down a little bit more, but it's pretty high. And he's gonna have to go basically straight to the lineup shop, get the front end lined again, because I'm sure it's all out of whack. All right, guys, we'll be back in the morning and show y'all the finished the rear end tomorrow. See ya. All right, guys, we're back. Next day 2. I'm gonna get the rear end done today. We're fixing to pull the wheels off the back. I was able to find some instructions for the back online last night, so we know what we're doing on the back. And we give you some updates. This back should go a lot faster and easier than the front did. That's why we wanted to do the front yesterday first, because it's a lot more involved. So we'll be back with some updates. All right, guys, we didn't give much updates on this one. Here's our support group sitting in the chairs watching. Because this only took about 2 hours and we're done, compared to about 10 on the front. So the back is a whole lot easier. You just got your shock extenders, new sway bar links, new coils, trailing arm bracket. That's about it. The only thing we didn't put on is the bump stops, but I don't think we need them. He's not going off-roading with this. So we're getting ready to put the wheels back on it and back it out, and then we'll give y'all some shots when we get it outside and show you what it looks like.
Alright, guys.
Got the front and the back of the lift on, but if you know anything, most of the time your lifts are always going to sag a little bit in the back. And we may have the torsion keys turned up too high. We'll have to do some adjusting on it, but
We're still working out all the
kinks. Appointment for tomorrow. Get it lined up.
And I will be putting 37s on because they look like I skipped leg
I don't
day.
know, the back might be pretty tight.
Oh my goodness. Woo!
Alright, guys, we appreciate y'all watching the video, and we hope that you enjoyed everything, even though the main character wasn't in it today.
Let us know if you like the way we done the video with like the updates and stuff, or if you'd like to see
The entire
the
thing.
whole thing.
You want to see a step by step, man.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's going to be about an hour-long video,
Yeah,
if not
for sure.
longer.
It's going to be a little long.
But we hope you enjoyed, and please like and subscribe.